What I have done the past 3 days would be torture for many of you.
But the undertone of yesterday was misery. I'm actually going to sit down and meditate for 5 hours. I spent a lot less time in my head thinking and instead just being present.
So if you want to develop this level of self-control, here are 3 things I'm going to continue doing after this challenge.
Good morning, friends. So I woke up today with an idea for a video. Today is currently Saturday, and this weekend is a long weekend. I thought it would be a good opportunity to really eliminate all the external distractions in my life and to really force myself to be bored for the first time in a very long time. And I'm sure there's going to be useful information in here for you too. This video is going to be a bit different. Like I am not going to script any of this. I'm not going to do any planning at all. So it's just going to be you and me chatting it out. I'll get to show you different things that I'm doing. And yeah, we'll see how things go. With that said, I got some tea. Let's set some ground rules. Alrighty, I got some paper and a pen. So let's set what I can do and what I can't do. Can't do no social media, no Instagram. Honestly, Instagram just doesn't provide any value to your life. Like it really doesn't. Such a waste of time. No YouTube, no entertainment, no podcasts, no movies, no shows, no music, no junk food, no porn, no browsing my emails, no texting. What I can do, film, do work, such as editing, scripting, planning, blah, 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 blah. I can read books and book summaries. I can go to the gym. I can go for walks, cook food, clean my apartment. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers the ground rules for the next 3 days. And I need to clean this apartment now. I don't know about you guys, but if you're anything like me, then when your living space is a little bit messy, it makes it pretty hard to actually focus what you should be focusing on. So I wanted to tidy up a little bit before I get stuck into the work that I'm meant to be doing. So the script that I'm working on, the script's almost done, but I just need to polish it up, work on the analogy a little bit more, and to actually make sure that it's impactful for you guys. Why I call the channel Impactful Ideas. It's not about me, it's about you guys. And I truly mean that. Alrighty. So that's about 90 minutes of scripting done. Yeah, it is almost completely finished now. I'm going to leave it for maybe a few hours and then come back with a fresh mind just to polish it up. But yeah, the temptation to go on my phone now is very high. But I think it's time for some food. So, see what we got. Yeah, like I said before, looks like I don't have much food. So, I'll be a little bit more creative. See you soon. So I decided to make some garlic and tomato prawns. And I would normally watch some TV while I eat, but not today. Today we eat in silence. My God. It's already dark. I just spent the last few hours putting together the Going Merry over there. And I've been putting that off for way too long. I think it was last year for my birthday that my dad bought me that. So it's been almost in like an entire year of me putting that off. But it's finally done. It's looking good. Has a little bit of damage, but yes. Time we did some more work. So it's been 24 hours since I started the challenge, and I thought it would be a good time to give you an update on how it's going. The last 24 hours hasn't made my life any better. I don't feel any more enjoyment out of life than what I did 2 days ago. Just because you have eliminated the distractions in your life, it doesn't mean that you're not finding any other distractions, like cleaning up the house, setting up the Going Merry. A lot of the time We're doing these things to escape what we're feeling at that moment. It does bring some very serious problems to the surface. Being this sense of loneliness I have in the city, and I also been feeling pretty homesick lately. You find yourself replaying over and over and over again these conversations you've had in the past. Things that you wanted to say differently, how you wanted to get your point across more, how you wanted to argue a little bit more effectively. And it's just not useful. And so then it requires you to be step back and actually do that technique I spoke about in a few videos ago about noting and be like, okay, no, thought, come back to the present moment and get on with it. But I think it's necessary because you need to allow yourself to have that space and that time to give your mind the ability to wander to these negative places, you might as well say. And it's only then can you actually recognize, how can I actually increase the experience of my life? How can I find solutions to the problems that I have? You need to go into the hole in order to find those solutions. And if you keep finding ways to entertain yourself and stimulate a false sense of enjoyment, easy enjoyment, then you're not going to go into that hole. And the hole is dark and confronting, but I don't know, it's necessary.
Today was a lot better. I would have to go back through the editing of what I was saying this morning, but the undertone of yesterday was misery. I spent a lot of time yesterday just in my head thinking about just too many different things. But today was different. Today I felt more at peace. I felt like I was present, and I spent a lot less time in my head thinking, and instead just being present and enjoying what I was doing. I was able to get everything done that I wanted to get done today, but I didn't necessarily feel busy, which is a nice change, to be honest. Tomorrow is the last day of the challenge, and I'll see you in the morning.
So I had another idea. So far on the challenge, over the last couple of days, I've done a pretty good job of keeping myself reasonably busy. What I haven't done is really do nothing. So what I want to do today is, after I do some work, I get done the things I need to get done, I'm actually going to sit down and meditate for an extended period of time. Something like 5 hours. I think I've set a time for 5 hours. And I think as I'm meditating, I'm going to share my overall findings, my thoughts and feelings about this past couple of days and the challenge overall, and what I think is going to be important for you guys to know taking from this video. So give me a few hours to get shit done, and then let's start the meditation. Alright, so we got 5 hours on the clock, and let the meditation begin in one moment. Hello friends, this is Josh from the future. While I'm meditating, now would be a good time to talk about the key takeaways from this challenge. First, when silence falls, you are alone with yourself. You become exposed and vulnerable. Maybe you don't like yourself very much. Maybe that roommate in your brain is unbearable. Maybe you are forced to relive experiences you would rather forget. And when your mind isn't torturing itself, you become painfully aware that nothing interesting is happening. Your life is boring, and you don't have any social media to artificially make it more interesting. Unless you have practiced this like I have over many years, then you probably don't have the impulse control or the emotional well-being to contain yourself. And if that's you, don't feel bad. This is probably one of the hardest things you could do. The past few days have been a reminder to me that I don't need the distractions. I barely felt the urge to escape, and I had every opportunity to. My phone was charged and on the kitchen bench this entire time.
I set the intention to see this challenge through. It showed me that I have the emotional well-being and the impulse control to make good decisions without restriction. So if you want to develop this level of self-control, here are 3 things I'm going to continue doing after this challenge. 1. Practice only doing one thing at a time. When you are driving, only drive. When you are cooking, only cook. Let go of the urge to distract yourself with music or podcasts. 2. Sit with yourself in silence daily. Listen to those voices with curiosity. They have a lot to tell you. And 3. Prioritize long-form content you truly enjoy. Consume this with intention. Finally, be aware of the self-awareness paradox. You need to escape every now and then. Otherwise, you'll think about your problems too much and make yourself miserable. Some distractions are necessary. Just be intentional about it. 5 hours is a long time. I do feel refreshed and relaxed. And there were a couple of things that kept popping up over that long period of time. So I got some problems I need to sort out for sure. But definitely worth it. I hope you did find the video useful to some extent and at least mildly entertaining. But as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.